as Kelly said, for survivors of 9/11 and the families of the victims. This news of the plea deal possibility did cause a lot of shock and outrage. One of them is Terry Strada, who lost her husband Tom in the North Tower on 9/11. She's also the chair of the 9/11 Families United. Terry, did you receive one of these letters, and are you going to respond to it?
Yes, I have the letter, and I do plan on responding and letting them know, personally, my outrage. You're right, I am the national chair, and I can't speak on behalf of my entire organization because there's just too many family members that have different opinions. But for me, this is proper justice is being denied. And of course, we want to see the trial. I don't want to see a plea deal and let these horrible, horrible perpetrators, just possibly get a life imprisonment sentence. No, I want to see a trial, and I want to see this come to a full, complete end. And I'm so embarrassed and ashamed of the Pentagon for having no comment when they were asked earlier. I just saw that clip that you just played. Shame on them for not having a comment on what's happening.
How important, tell me about the importance of this trial. We know that some of the 9/11 families have talked about the fact that they want to see these suspects grilled on the stand under oath about the role that Saudi Arabia played, whether or not senior Saudi leaders were involved or not, what kind of support they received and how substantial it was in Saudi Arabia. What else do you want to know in this? Why is it so important, in other words, to have this trial take place and be public?
Because the kingdom has denied culpability in the September 11th attacks for 20 years. And we have evidence. There is evidence out of U.S. intelligence reports stating the exact opposite. We know that they financially supported al-Qaeda, and these are all al-Qaeda operatives. So they were all being supported by the kingdom. And yes, knowing the details of how the money, the conduit of money was used, on how the logistics were planned out by these government paid agents of the kingdom, it's all vital to the families having any type of justice and accountability. And it is so important to us. Our family members were horrifically murdered. They were ripped to shreds. They were burned to death. They were flung all over lower Manhattan. We have to relive this every single year. And it's so painful, but we're also so angry that our government, the Biden administration, and every administration has just traded away our lawsuit or traded away what we deserve, which is the truth. And the American people deserve it. Everybody deserves to know why this country was so brutally attacked and why the kingdom supported it, why they gave the support network through the embassy in Washington, D.C., and they were paying these hijackers out of Prince Bandar's wife's bank account. There's so many details we know, but there's so many that we still need to know, and that's why we want the trial to proceed.
Do you think part of this is political, that the current relationship between the United States and Saudi Arabia, delicate as it is, but still the effort to maintain it, even after the assassination and brutal murder of the Washington Post journalist?
Yes, absolutely. The administration and past administrations continuously kowtow to the Saudis, and it is so extremely offensive to us, the victims, the people that suffered the loss, that they would consider putting what the kingdom is insisting, right? It's the kingdom that puts the pressure on the administration. And then we have just these few people in the State Department that still believe that they have to give the kingdom whatever they want. Well, no, they don't. They have to stop giving the kingdom whatever they want and put American victims first. You can have a relationship with them, and actually we should have one based on the truth, not on the lies that the kingdom has perpetuated all these years, that they did not have anything to do with 9/11. That's simply not true. And now we have U.S. intelligence reports that prove otherwise.
We know that the prosecution of this case has been troubled for years because the ringleader and mastermind, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, was waterboarded nearly 200 times. So much of his testimony has been challenged and may be inadmissible because in America we have a judicial system and rules in court. Might a plea deal be the only way to go here if we can't admit that testimony?
From what I've been told from the prosecution team is that they have a mountain of evidence, regardless of what was said when he was waterboarded, that they collected a lot of evidence prior to that happening. And so that even if what they do dismiss or don't allow. There's so much there, and that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of the truth coming out because the truth is there. Not that what was happened during the waterboarding sessions. That's not what they're afraid of, or they use it as an excuse. But the prosecution team says they've got a strong enough case against them with everything that was collected prior to any of those activities. And that's what we're counting on, that the prosecution team believes they've got a great case, and we believe the case should be heard.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.